long pursued, scurry did he, stumbling among the tree, the Alder River down. Out jumps Squirrel, screeching his battle cry, fierce woodland beast toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, at the edge of the world, in those untamed wilds, danger manifestful of dark and fear. Squirrel, protect me, danger I can't see, high up upon the trees from where you lived. You fought off the owl, a bird that was fire, a furry friend of the forest, so let him go be, that is my story. The squirrel set me free, defeated that fowl, give him clean water, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, a furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, 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 toss an acorn to your Little chipmunk, wandering along, was struck down by a fierce south wind, scarlet bitter song, where from deep the outflow, a little woodland creature hidden among trees, his sparkling eyes are glitter. After the chipmunk, the eagle long pursued, scurry did he, stumbling among the tree, the Alder River down. Out jumps Squirrel, screeching his battle cry, fierce woodland beast toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep.
Hello friends, how we doing? You happy, healthy, and wise? There's my save. Have we actually not played this in a month? Have we actually not played this in a month, or did I just fail to save my game? Why do you think that Vampires being born now or growing up with the internet? We're gonna have to reckon with that someday.
I hope Maddie's realized that being herself is the best person she can be.
That is something I can easily verify with my VODs. Okay, yeah, it actually has been a month. Okay, cool. Stretch, hydrate. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, that was my freaking shoulder. I hope Maddie's realized that being herself is the best person she can be.
Well, speaking of which, I should go check on Crimson.
Okay, what I want here, turn that music a little, so that we can actually hear the voices over the music here.
Hey, Crimson, what's on tap tonight?
Take a look around, cowboy. There's plenty to drink.
Or maybe I'll go looking for a donor. Just figured I'd say howdy to my pal Crimson first.
A UFO was spotted recently. That was my UFO. Did you lose your UFO, Saturn? Saturn, did you consider that your UFO is in the last place that you parked it?
Well, howdy, sharpshooter. You look like you're in a good mood tonight.
Yeah, I guess I am. You know that ancient client I told you about? I think she's finally realizing that some people are gonna appreciate her for being who she is. Maybe she ain't gonna have 100 million fans, but the people who genuinely like her will be there for her.
They stole it. What are they gonna do with it? Does it have a death ray? Does it have a laser? Does it have an abduction beam? Does it have some kind of secret technology that we don't want it to get in the hands of miscreants?
How's your blood sugar, honey? I think you're a little too sweet.
I'll be right back. I need to get my notebook. I need to write something down. Okay, I got a notebook and notepad. So that's an excellent start for what I'm trying to do. Nearly a year. Hello, June. Welcome in. Thank you for resubscribing. I do appreciate that. Nearly a whole year, huh? That's freaking wild. Okay, I found a pen. Perfect. But yeah, June, thanks for resubscribing. Nearly a whole last year. So you would have come in, because that's always a month ahead. So you would have joined the channel just after I got affiliate then.
I've been thinking a lot about exactly what you're saying. Folks in DC didn't much like my style, but I'm not sure why I cared.
Don't beat yourself up over it. I think we all do the same thing. Easier to do what other folk are doing than blaze a trail, right?
I'm not sure it is easier if we're fighting ourselves the whole time.
That's some real wisdom right there.
Anyway, thanks for making me think. I think I'm done spinning my wheels.
Excuse me, I wish to speak with you, vampire, in the kink room.
Yeah, could we hang out in a club? The therapy office is upstairs for whatever reason.
I think my dinner's calling. I'll see you later, Crimson.
Ciao, Tex.
You know, I have seen what you are doing. I see all.
So you mentioned Panoptabella, and what am I doing?
I see that you change people. You make them stronger, more confident, more comfortable.
I'm pretty sure they're doing all that themselves.
Well, how's your day doing, June? How's the back?
No, that is not what I see. I see that without you, they repeat their actions over and over again. Usually, I can see the future because people repeat themselves. But you make the future
Hey, Miss Scatterbrain, how are we doing today?
I do not like.
Slowly getting better. That's good, June.
Well, why do you need to see everything anyway, Panoptabella?
Hey, June, are you gonna be around next week?
To see all is to see danger and avoid it.
Day 3 in a row of work, which is definitely good progress. So next week is my affiliate anniversary. So I want to get people together to do something. Maybe we can try Community Among Us. Maybe we can just do web fishing. Maybe we can do Stardew. I don't know. I am bad at planning, as in I have not a clue what we're doing.
I see that you wish to say something, but are holding back.
Well, I try to do my therapy stuff just in therapy. It ain't right to be analyzing folk without their consent.
Just waking up. I too just woke up. I've fallen into this bad habit of taking a nap every day when I get home from work.
Then consent is given.
But like, I don't know, the time change hit me really hard this year.
Is to see danger and avoid it.
Well, see, what that is a control fallacy. It's a kind of cognitive distortion. The future's always got elements we can't count on. You can be prepared to a certain extent, but you ain't ever gonna know everything. You can only see what's in front of you after all.
Interesting. Then what do you believe I should do?
Well, just that. See what's in front of you. See how you feel about right now, not yesterday or tomorrow. Right now, you can see.
I love the therapist has got what he's doing his best, you know. Sam Wells. June, isn't it a gym day? Are you normally not here on a Tuesday? Or is it because of the time change you're not leaving for the gym yet?
I see. Yes, I see that. I would like you to drink from my neck right now.
See, that wasn't so hard.
I see more clearly.
It's only 4 p.m.
I
Valid.
thank you.
And I thank you for the blood.
I hope your torpor is most satisfying. I shall see myself out.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Panoptabella.
She's a weird one.
Pretty successful night. Coffin time for old Sam.
Some people are into it. I don't make the rules. She's not even one of my clients. She's just someone I met down in the club.
Good evening, Samuel. It seems you have made quite a reputation for yourself in a very short time.
It's hard to believe I've only been here in Germany for 6 months. In that short time, I think I've grown more than I have in the last 200-some years.
You are quite correct, Samuel. It is truly gratifying to see you grow and change. Of course, our mental health journeys never quite end, do they? I am sure you still have much to talk about.
I do.
But let us first take a moment to breathe and meditate.
That sounds like a good idea. Give me a chance to center myself.
Very good. Now close your eyes and enter your place of comfort.
Isabella D'Este. I wonder. How was Andy squeezing into that suit anyway? Is Raziel listening in on our conversation? Princess to the rescue. I sure am a lily-livered coward. Cognitive distortion left and do-si-do. What am I doing hiding out in Germany? Why'd you do this to me, Ernie? You keep running, Sammy boy. You dummy, Sam. Loving your horse more than your kid. The United States needs some therapy.
I love pond burgers.
Sure am glad I don't.
Hey, you know what? It may be wet, but a burger's a burger, right?
Our nation. What a great word.
I could go for a burger.
Yeah, not bad. My thoughts are all over the place, but that ain't unusual.
I'm glad you have that perspective, my friend. What came up for you tonight?
I've still got my head wrapped up in my past wrongs. I feel like kind of a yellow belly for running away from them to come here. But dang it, there's me labeling myself again.
Why are you calling yourself a yellow belly then?
Good question.
It's a pattern of mine, that's all. I gave you my history, and it's a history of my running away.
Zoomies.
I ran from my home, I ran from all the trouble I caused, I ran from my wife and into the hands of a vampire gang, then I ran from them and hid out in the woods.
Well, we love the wilderness.
When my gang tracked me down, I ran off to Europe. Whenever the going gets tough, Santa Claus gets going.
Samuel, this is quite the oversimplification. I remember a man who came into my office and told me about how he should have made better decisions as a traumatized child.
What's your plan for the day, Miss Scatterbrained?
In
Since you just got up.
As you speak of, you made difficult choices following terrible events. Have some compassion for yourself, my friend.
Yeah, well, I haven't even given you the full story yet. There's another thing I've been running from. I got kin, Andy. Distant kin, but kin all the same. See, my wife was pregnant when she up and left me. Didn't even tell me.
I don't know, need to prep to go to university in 4 hours. Howdy, Kai. You got any lamp? Lamp.
My line ain't never been strong, thank goodness. But I've got a great granddaughter. Give or take one of them greats. I looked her up, and she ain't living well, Andy. I want to be there for her the way I wasn't for my wife and child. But all I am's the undead man who got her great uncle killed. If I were her, I wouldn't give me the time of night.
Lamps.
Which I guess is mind reading, but it seems like common sense to me too.
Yeah, Sam is like 200 years old. Game. I swear that somewhere it talks about how old he is. He is a for real cowboy. Yeah, he's a for real cowboy. I want to say he's 250 years old, question mark. Kai's played this, Kai would know. But like, he's not a pretend cowboy, he's a real cowboy. Yeah, Andy is like before Jeebus. Well, because we also have our clients, right? So, Dr. Dre is 430. And like it talks about what he did before. We got Isabella. We got Edmund Keene. We got Medi. Gonna play some Bride with his partner. That's what you'll do. All right, enjoy your lurkies. Thanks for checking in this morning.
Yeah, I've tried to make amends, but as far as Keen is concerned, well, I ain't done shit. Hell, I can always be confident that I'll do the wrong thing when it comes to my family. I guess that's like being always right about being always wrong.
Being right about always being always wrong. Well, shoot.
I see you are becoming quite perceptive of your own distortions, Samuel. But let me do some reflecting for you, and you can tell me how you perceive what I am saying.
All right, what do we got,
Consider
Andy?
yourself a yellow belly, a somewhat archaic term for coward.
I guess I'm still doing a little labeling there, huh?
A little. I believe you understand that calling ourselves names does nothing to improve ourselves.
All right, all right. Maybe calling myself a coward ain't too good for me.
Now then, you said you believe that your distant relative will not want to speak to you because you caused the death of another distant relative.
And that's mind reading, because how would I know what my distant relative is thinking?
Like I'm doing a little mind reading there. I can't really know what my my distant relation is gonna think of me.
Naturally, we vampires have a reputation as monsters, but that is not a universal reputation. In fact, I believe we are rising in popularity.
I mean, people want to be bit.
Yeah, but if they don't see us as monsters, they see us as sex objects.
Wah wah.
And now you are overgeneralizing. We are as capable of knowing the mind of society as we are of knowing the mind of an individual.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't giving my relative the chance to have her own thoughts. I should know better by now. Yeah, I know that. There's another should statement.
Samuel, remember what I have told you. Cognitive distortions are a normal side effect of being human.
And we still have our humanity, because we are not monsters.
Cognitive distortion classifications are tools, not weapons to beat yourself with. Give yourself the same compassion you give to your clients. Now then, let us continue to reflect on your concerns. You also believe that the positive changes you have made in your life are irrelevant where family is concerned.
That should be disqualifying the positive, because we have done things to better ourselves.
Disqualifying the positive by pretending the change I've made don't mean anything.
It is your favorite cognitive distortion, Samuel. Your humility is most endearing, but it does often enter the realm of cognitive distortion. There is a comfortable place between extreme humility and extreme arrogance, my friend, and that is in truth.
Yeah, I know. When you're right, and you're always right.
You believe I am always right?
Always.
I guess there ain't no way of knowing if you're always right. You just kind of give off an always right vibe.
I like to have good vibes, my friend, but vibes alone do not make the man. Most of my...
I'll try, but you don't make it easy. I can see where I'm making the same assumptions about McKinn, though. I gotta give her a chance before I assume she's gonna hate me.
I too like to have good vibes. I mean, don't we all? You know? Good vibes only in this chat.
I just know that if I end up going back to the States, things are gonna get complicated. Most of us vampires out west are on the younger side. We're still in that angry, insecure stage, and I know there's a whole gang of them hollering for my blood.
Are you afraid of them, Samuel?
You know what? I ain't. I just know at some point I'm gonna have to deal with them. And my gang is real powerful now, especially their leader. Did I ever tell you about my vampire daddy?
I'm sorry. So, and I know that Sam means his progenitor, which is the vampire that turned him into a vampire. But also, Daddy? You know? Is this going to take a turn? Is this not what I'm thinking it's supposed to be?
I assumed you would tell me when you were ready.
Called himself Ernie Awigdunkle. A real piece of work. Fella had more blood on his hands than any vampire I ever met.
I'm sorry, Ernie Awigdunkle? But also, like, Vampire Daddy, speaking of. Just 1 second. Important things that I need to do in the middle of stream. And then I go there. Okay. We go to OBS. Collapse, add. Image. And then we there we go. Perfect. 10 out of 10, working as intended. All right, have fun at the gym. Don't overexert yourself. Yeah, that's the Vampire Daddy we're all here for, right? 10 out of 10. Would recommend. That was a long walk for such a short bit, but you know, here we are.
I know this name.
You know this name?
You know Ernie?
He is a part of my darker history, and a part of humanity's darker history. He is your dark father.
Well, yeah. Is that bad?
I mean, it's probably not good.
He does not determine who you are, Samuel, but the man is still dangerous. His real name is Heinrich Kramer, and he is no mere murderer. He has a deep hatred for all humanity, especially women. I am discouraged to hear of their lives.
What's his problem with women?
What was this guy's problem with women?
They refused to enter sexual congress with him. They did not like him. He practiced poor hygiene, acted entitled, and was extremely insecure. He defended his own repellent nature with great ardor, blaming women for their predictable dislike of him.
Okay.
He committed himself to a life of celibacy as a Dominican friar, cementing both his virginity and his hatred.
Okay.
Wait a minute, he sounds like one of them incel types from the internet I've read about.
I am afraid I am unfamiliar with the term, but he did make his lack of sexual appeal his identity.
Okay.
Dang, well, now some things are starting to make sense.
Okay, so what did he do?
Well, what this Kramer fella do?
He wrote a book in 1487 called the Malleus Maleficarum, also known as the Hammer of Witches.
The Hammer of Witches? Wow.
It was with this justification that the church was enabled to persecute, torture, and kill women. Its effects linger in society even today. The Pope during Isabella d'Este's time, Alexander VI, named him Inquisitor of Bohemia and Moravia. He did with his power is better left unspoken.
Wow, this is a actual book.
Well, shit.
How you doing, Liquid? We just had Vampire Daddy on screen. Let me throw it up again for you guys. Shabam! Look at him in all his majesty. But yeah, this is a book from 1487, so that tracks. For anyone that was curious. Oh, I manually disabled all of those when we were doing the web phishing thing. Because it wasn't a real stream, so... There you go. There's your taxes. I mean, I don't know. I assume that most people don't actually want to pay their taxes, so I didn't really think about it.
How do you know this Kramer guy, Andy?
Your taxes are fine. I don't even know where I was beginning to go with that. But you know, I really do like the know you mechanic in my entire existence. Oh, there's everyone paying their taxes. Apparently we like paying taxes here. Now if Maui was here, Maui would be saying, can I pay extra taxes? As Maui does. All I got is early moths. You could add a counter to it though, Kai. You know, like $ user has been one of the first moths to the lamp X number of times, right? That'd be a cute little counter for it. You know? Make us compete. Make us fight. Make us fight to be first to the lamp. I'm telling you though, when we collect enough taxes, we're gonna fix the roads and build a coffee shop. I don't know what on stream fixing the roads is gonna be, but it is one of my campaign promises, and I will not be impeached for violating my campaign promises. So here we are.
Samuel, know that I too have given myself to hatred.
A good, great coffee shop, great. You know, Kai, I downloaded it. I have it on my phone. I have not actually opened it yet. But I did download it because you guys told me that it was a thing.
Mortals with a great capacity for evil drew my attention. I amused myself by indulging them.
We've got this coffee shop. This is one of them little like cardboard model kits. You almost done with chapter 1? Alright, well, I'll have to play it one of these days. I have figured out how to stream from my phone. Like, not stream from my phone, but just screen capture my phone and still use OBS. So that is a thing that we might have coming. So maybe we'll just play good coffee, great coffee on a stream.
I do not absolve myself of my actions, but it is difficult to speak of them. The Andromachos of that time was a most pitiable vampire.
You know, I don't know if that's the content that everyone's going to come for, but you know, it could be fun to check out some iPhone games on stream.
Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't mean to dig at old wounds.
Do not be sorry, my dear Samuel. We must not erase our pasts. Pain can be a somber teacher.
All right, I think I'm done knowing about Kramer.
I must ask, what became of Heinrich?
Well, he runs Sanguinius Health, the health insurance company I told you about the last time. It's vampires from the boardroom all the way down, stealing blood, money, and hope from American mortals.
Wow, he sounds like a real villain.
Running health insurance gives them all the money they need for even more dirty deeds.
You've never played a phone game? Yeah, so Pokemon cards. I know that we all love opening the Pokemon cards. Hey, Armrock, how was your stream? I did not make it in. I decided that taking a nap this afternoon was probably the most efficient thing for me to be doing. Yeah, not even go fuck yourself. Just take away my chair.
Terrible. Oh, Heinrich, what depths will you not sink to? He disappeared from Europe 200 years ago. I had hoped he was gone forever.
They don't have the same games on Android. I do play some of the games sometimes. Like, I have best friends. Yeah, there's a lot of games that are on both too, though. Levy's just having a rave over there.
Do you think he can change, Andy?
Oh, Samuel. Yes, of course he can change. Like you and me, however, he must desire this change within himself.
But, you know, like, we can open Pokemon card packs on the iPhone app. That is an option.
But hatred is not something Heinrich Kramer holds. It is his very identity. He will be reluctant to give it up. Are you suggesting that you aim to help him?
I mean, that's valid, Liquid.
Do you think I shouldn't?
I don't play a lot of games on my phone, but, you know, we could check some out in any case, you know?
It isn't my choice, my friend. You will do what you are going to do.
My phone is usually busy. Fair.
I guess I don't know what I want to do. But I know Ernie, or Heinrich, and I'm starting to get a handle on this therapy thing. If I can help him, shouldn't I be helping him?
I mean, some people don't want to be helped, though.
I will reflect for you. You are aware that you have knowledge of Heinrich others do not have, and that you have newfound abilities as a therapist. Therefore, you believe you should help him.
That's a should statement.
That's a should statement, huh? Just
Like right now, I'm on my usual video call with boyfriend. He is napping.
Try to help Heinrich Kramer.
I mean, valid, you know?
Of course, Samuel. Your own life is your own. You make your own decisions.
He's napping and you're like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah, you're right. There ain't
You too could be napping, Liquid. It's what, 4:30 in the afternoon? That sounds like an excellent nap time. Also, at 4:30 in the afternoon, I also would say it's also an excellent time to start dinner, depending on what you're making.
I am glad to hear you recognize this, Samuel. Heinrich Kramer is not your should.
Well, thanks for talking this through with me, Andy. I think it's been real helpful for sorting out my thoughts.
Of course, my dear. You did all the work. I am merely here to help you reflect.
Debating between nap and laundry, valid.
Quite adept at recognizing your own.
Okay, so with the heart rate monitor there, I need to stand on this side.
Decide now is the path you choose from here.
I mean, hopefully you can get rid of the headache. Headache is no fun. It's time to apply what I've learned. I need to support my family.
Away from my family a long time ago. But I'm done running. I brought precious life into this world and then I abandoned it. I've got a chance to make that right.
I had a suspicion you were working up to this decision, though I hoped it would not be so.
I really like it here, Andy. And you've been incredible. But if my heart still beat, it'd be beating for home. I don't want to let my clients down, but I think they're homebodies anyway. Maybe I can get them to do sessions over video calls or something.
I think you may be the only person who could get Isabella Deste to do a computer video call.
I mean, is that a thing that we do? Is we start doing all our sessions over video call? Do we go hang out at a ranch? Because I realized at 4 p.m. that I had not had. Yeah, that would do it.
And we can continue my sessions from the internet.
Of course, Samuel. Natural.
Well, I guess that's that then. I ain't gonna run out too quickly, though. I gotta arrange for a new cruise back home, and I want to tell my clients in person. That'll take some time.
Ads in 2 minutes. I can do a lot of stuff on video call, but I don't leave the house. I mean, valid.
That would be most considerate. Your clients have grown quite fond of you. Well, Samuel, I must say I am proud of you. It has been inspiring to see your command of cognitive distortions. I have no doubt that you will make your home a better place.
Thanks, Andy.
Coming from you, that's real flattering. Like I said when I first came here, I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You will always seek those answers, my friend, and that is what will ensure you continue to grow.
Yeah, I used to take my laptop around with me and do co-working chore stuff on Discord. I mean, why not, right?
That sounds great, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
You know, like some people just like having someone else there while they're doing stuff, right? Like,
Well, that's it then. I'm going home. Once I let my clients know, I'll head back to the USA. Time to give Crimson the news. Crimson, my favorite barkeep. How's the saloon tonight?
You sound a little distracted, cowboy. Got something to tell me?
oh, I lie. Occasionally take a walk on video call. I mean, that's a nice thing to do together, right? And like, if you're both out for your own separate walk, you can show each other cool things that you see, you know? So, I like that.
Am I that obvious?
You are. You're pretty adorable, Sam Walls.
I like to say approachably rugged.
We should have ads in like 30 seconds or so here.
Sure, let's go with that. What's the news, cowboy?
Well, I've been here for a few months now. I came here to get trained up by Andy, and now that I have been, I think it's time for me to go home.
Yeah, he shows me the city when he goes on walks or shopping walks. I show him hey, you know what? That's good though, right? Like it's a way to be together even though you're not together, right? And whatever form your quality time together takes is, you know, still important, right? And the important part is that you guys are both doing something that you enjoy. So, you know, I love that for you. I think that co-walking around different places is interesting. And we're in ads. So I will see you guys in 120 seconds. Ugh. Ugh. Thanks for using your channel points for charity, Lakewood. The charity stream will be next week. Rewards and schedule to be determined because I am super not organized. Fish.
No shit. Well, good for you, Sam. I think you're right. I don't think this place is for you.
I mean, I ain't gonna learn German, that's for sure. Moving on just seemed like the right choice. I got some unfinished business back home anyway. You don't seem that bothered by me leaving, though. I figured I might earn at least a frown.
Some stuff to do in the city, yeah, that's valid. I'll probably just split it over 2 days instead of doing a 24-hour stream or something. So I don't even know what we're doing, Liquid. All I know is we're raising money for wild wildlife. For the animals.
Well, it just so happens that I've got some news for you. Can you guess what it is?
She thinks we're cute. You and Annie are getting married. You're in love with me. You're in love with me.
Now, Crimson, I know I can be a charmer. If you're in love with me, just go ahead and say it.
You know, I made coffee. Didn't bring a coffee cup. I'll be right back. Liquid, you're in charge.
What? No. No.
I love helping the animals. I'm in charge? Yes, you're in charge, Liquid. We await with bated breath your first decree. Everyone must drink some water. Got it. I can't start a fire, Sag. I mean, you're just not doing it right.
You didn't need to say no that many times.
Relatable.
Sorry, honey. You're not exactly my type.
I'm a vampire. I could be your type.
Oh, shucks.
Take a look at me. Notice anything different?
No. Did you get a new tattoo?
Well, no.
How about now?
I also couldn't start a fire.
Crimson, you're a vampire.
Ruh-roh. She took the plunge.
Newly undead and ready to bite some necks.
Well, what led to that decision?
I thought about what you said. About how vampires have got time to start over and time to do things their way.
What up, Dragon? Oh, and Viv's trying to start a fire. How's your week going, Dragon? You happy, healthy, and wise? Tiny Raid. Hey, Jess. How we doing? How was Monster Hunter? Yeah, I'll be around tomorrow. I just gotta run out and pick up a package. Yes, if you guys do start a fire, I will be taking months off from streaming. Oh. Dragon! Welcome in, Raiders. If anyone needs to raid and run, eat, sleep, drink, pet your cat, pet your dog, water your plants, charge your devices, slay a Rathalos, cut the tail off a Diablos, break the skull of a Puka Puka, or do any of your self-care, please do so. Your self-care is important. How far are we in Wilds, Jess? Are we winning? Are we being the best monster hunter we can be? What's the best weapon? What's the best dragon? I got a lot of questions. Probably finishing the main game tomorrow. There you go. I did not even buy the game, so you're infinitely further than I am.
I'm going back to America too. Gonna join a different kind of bar again.
For anyone that hasn't met Sailor Moon, I met them playing Stardew. They also played Bugsnax, Lies of P, makeup stream, just like singing to us while she does her makeup sometimes. Go check her out, you know, it's a good time over there. Yeah. Jess, what other games are you planning on playing? Tell everyone a bit about yourself. You have the floor for a minute while I drink some coffee. I'm just gonna sit here and awkwardly make eye contact with the camera. Oh man, there's always a lot of options. Coffee at midnight, let's go. Remember, Dragon, I'm West Coast. It's only like 9 p.m. here.
The law moves slowly, but I've got time.
Dang, Crimson. A vampire lawyer. Look how world.
Wait. Have you heard of Omari? I have not. Wait. So if she's coming to America with me, is Andy coming too? Is everyone going to America?
Kinda sounds like a neat video game. Vampire lawyer.
No, it doesn't. But I think I can make a difference.
She doesn't think we're funny.
How'd Andy take the news?
He knew it was coming, like he always does. Can't surprise that man.
Have a good night. Thanks for trusting me with your community. I will try my best to keep them entertained.
I love him to death, literally. And
Have good sleep. Let me tuck you into
I
bed.
just need to go my own way for a while.
Dang. Well, this is some big news. When do you think you're leaving?
Figure I'll go with you. I'll need someone to show me the ways of the night anyway.
Oh, we're stealing Andy's wife.
Shucks, well that sounds mighty fine, Crimson. Might need your help going up against the big corporation my old gang is running.
You know what's not funny? These gas prices. Can't relate. Don't own a car.
You got a deal, cowboy. Don't look now, but dinner's just arrived.
Maxi, look! Crimson! She is now ein Vampir.
How do they know already?
You are one of the night children now?
Looks that way, and we're in the mood for a little celebrating. Sam and I are headed to America.
America.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, yes, but like, how do you tell just by looking at someone?
They do have better network infrastructure.
Oh, I suppose that is true. Oh, but we will miss getting our necks beaten by you.
You guys too could come to America.
If you join us in the kink room, we will have a foursome.
Ruh-roh.
Come on, cowboy. We won't be in Germany forever.
Well, maybe I'm just unobservant, Moth.
Alone at last. My veins throb.
Who gets to bite me?
I'll let you get first pick, Sam.
All right, Reinhard, you got nice veins, so bring them on over.
I knew you liked me best, cowboy.
That's the good stuff.
Spazi, you give my neck such excellent attention.
Kind of my job, if vampires had jobs.
Valid.
Crimson bites most erotically.
I learned from the best.
I guess I should turn in now. Gotta prepare to give my clients the big news.
The big news.
You're not getting away so easily, cowboy.
Yes, I am.
The night is only getting started.
Live a little, Tex. We'll be back in the land of Puritan pride before you know it.
Ah, what the hell? You only die once.
Fade to black.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing Dr. Drain tonight. Or is it Lord Luridus?
I sure as heck hope I'm only seeing one client.
That's not how it works.
I don't know how the doc's gonna take the news that I'm leaving, but I'm sure Lord Luridus would love to see the back of me.
I believe Lord Luridus likes to see the back of everyone.
Ayo.
He's a real sumbitch, but you can't say he's picky. I should get my distortions picked. Now let's see. All right, got my chambers loaded up.
Is that really a phrase, or are you trying to get a reaction out of me?
I'm joshing
Okay.
a bit.
To cover up your very real obsession with firearms, I know you by now, Samuel Walls.
Guilty as charged.
I will leave
Okay.
you and your gun in peace. Good luck tonight, Samuel.
Bats.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Drain.
Evening to you, Dr. Drain. How you been this month? Seems like you had a big breakthrough last time. Yes, I think I did. I have been feeling a lot better ever since.
Hooray.
You look great, like a new man.
Fish.
Or perhaps the same man, but whole.
Okay.
What did Dr. Drain just call himself?
Or perhaps the same man, but whole. Now, come on, Doc. I don't know who you're labeling a butthole, but there ain't no call for it.
That's a lot of fish.
What are you talking about? You said, or perhaps the same man, butthole. Devil preserve us, I meant no longer separate parts. I am whole. Oh, yeah, that. Well, you look a lot more at peace than I've ever seen you. Well, why don't you fill me in on the last month? I can scarcely believe how the last few weeks have gone. I didn't do a single hour of work. I let my scientists do it. They couldn't believe I backed off. They thought I was dead. But you are dead.
Sam makes a good point.
Know that, do they? Regardless, I thought I owed myself a little space. I actually stayed here in Germany the entire time. Really? Here in Leipzig? I went to Berlin. I heard you can do whatever you like there, and no one cares. I went clubbing, Sam. I bit mortal necks. I really had quite a nice time. Yeah, I remember you were a good dancer. Oh, I sometimes danced for several nights in a row. They keep some of these places free from light, so I was free to party day and night.
That's a lot of partying.
I did end up doing some pharmaceutical research, though the more recreational kind.
What did Drain get into?
Sounds like you were living it up. You're keeping safe, I hope. Oh, Sam, I'm 430 years old. I don't have mortal fears. And did Lord Lourdes show up at any point?
They've got a wahoo, a VHS tape, a ghost fish, a can, and a peacock bass, and now has a total of 8,616 gold.
I dare say he was there the whole time, in some fashion. He's a much more agreeable chap when he's with me, though.
I'm doing okay, Lev. I came home and took a nap again. Time change is still doing a number on me.
Oh, and Sam, something else quite interesting happened. Oh yeah? What's that? I engaged in coitus.
Oh, did you, sir?
No shit. Oh, goodness, no. I've got Lord Lourdes under control now. Not to say that it wasn't exciting, though. I was a little nervous at first. I haven't had sex since I died, after all, not counting whatever Lourdes got up to. But riding another human being is like riding a bike, I suppose. It just comes back to you. Well, dang, Doc. I'm just thrilled to hear you're letting yourself live a little.
Well, riding a human being.
Yes, it's been
It's a certain way to put it.
I'm headed back to Berlin tonight to meet my paramour again before I fly back to London. So is this some kind of serious thing? Not at all. Having a conversation with him makes me want to yank my hair out, so I just yank his curly locks instead.
Well,
who the hell are you and what have you done with Dr. Drain?
I'm alright, just pottering. I should be doing buttons, but I want to be doing something else. There you go.
It's funny, isn't it? I would have been disgusted with this person 6 months ago. Now I find I quite like him, and others seem to as well. Well, maybe this is a good time to give you some bad news then. I'm headed back to America, Doc. I reckon I can do more good there than I can here. Truly? But you're all so repressed there.
Here's a whole repressed there. Well,
I guess you'd know, huh? Touché. Well, Sam, I'm sorry to hear that you're leaving, truly. Oh, I ain't gonna leave you high and dry. We can still do our sessions over the internet. It just won't be in person no more. Well, that's all right then. To be honest, I'm not sure I even know what I'd be looking for in therapy now. But then, I didn't know what I was looking for from therapy when I first flew in either. Well, I appreciate your keeping an open scientific mind, Doc. Is there anything you wanted to go over tonight? Honestly, no. I suppose I should snap back to reality at some point and tend to my research, but not now.
Should.
But remember, them should statements are what got you to lock up Lord Lourdes in the first place. Think about what you could be doing, or what you want to be doing. It's that intrinsic motivation that'll take you where you want to go. Of course, I'm a vampire now. I'm the master of my own destiny. Attaboy. You got any strategies for what to do if you want to get into that plasma stuff again? If I decide to go down that road, I am surely denying myself my vampiric nature again.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it is best if we maintain our sessions. I think I know what I want right now, and that's a sport of blood and dance. What do you say, buckaroo? Oh, sure thing, old chap. Come on.
Wait. So they.
My dear Samuel, it is a big night tonight, isn't it?
Did they make me pick all my cognitive distortions, but there was only one question? Well, I guess there was the one where Sam misheard what he said, so that was 2 distortions, but... Clubbing with the client. Yes, Kai, but at least we're not seducing our client, so, you know, it could be far worse.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
You are breaking the news to Senora Deste that you are leaving, are you not?
I don't know what to do with that information, Ark. Would you like to elaborate where you're going with this?
Against her nature, she has grown very fond of you, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Who the heck knows why, right?
Are you into it? Fish, you're a vampire, are you? Yes. Sam here is a cowboy vampire. Hey, Cat Dad, how you doing today?
Are you fishing for compliments or merely disqualifying the positive once again?
Let's say fishing for compliments.
Very well. Samuel, your disarming charm and compassion undoubtedly make you an attractive vampire to our kind.
Cat Dad caught a black red eye for 25 gold. Cat Dad now has 350 gold.
Somehow, at a young age, you possess a natural wisdom that...
Okay, I was really disqualifying the positive again.
You are so easy to embarrass as well, which has its own charm. Very well, Samuel. I will leave you to your dark business.
Hey, doing all right. It's good catching. Good catching. Ooh, unlicensed vampire. Hey, Rain, how you doing? Rain, I was just thinking, I haven't seen you in a while. You were going on a trip to the States last time I talked to you. Is that a thing that you have done now, or is that still a future problem? Here's the thing, I remember all these things that you guys tell me, and then I promptly do absolutely nothing with that information, because I am literally the worst at just opening Discord and messaging people. It is kind of neat to just take a day to see what everyone's up to, Cat Dad, though. Like, you know, I like popping in and seeing what you're doing in Fallout and Mass Effect, and asking why we're not smooching the right aliens. And, you know, if you're not following Cat Dad, you should absolutely be doing so, because Cat Dad plays a lot of the same story-based stuff that I do. Yeah, it was emotional, but got through it. Did some touristy stuff, since we had the memorial service. I mean, I get that, Rain. I was talking to my parents. They were saying that I should go to Hawaii with them next time they go, and I said, I don't like flying. I don't like the heat. I don't like sand. Let's go literally anywhere that's not Hawaii. Because not only do I not like planes, but that's a really long plane trip for things that I'm not going to enjoy. You know, if I'm going to take a long plane trip, let's go to, like, you know, Japan or China or something, or even Europe, because we can just hop on a train and go wherever in Europe or whatever. But, like, Hawaii is the bottom of my list. I love flying. It took us 14 hours to make it from Rochester to JFK. I had to rebook 3 times. But why? How? What? When? Why? Where? Who done it? It would have been faster to drive. I mean, valid, right? So, the longest flight I generally take is 45 minutes. You know, like, it takes me longer to get through security than it does for me to fly. But, you know, like, I don't want to do a 7-hour drive to go to Calgary. So, here I am, right?
Good luck with Senora this day, my friend.
Okay, control fallacy. Always right. Should. Labeling. Blaming.
Alright, got what I need.
Yeah, it's like that for me usually too. Hours to fly most places. Yeah, right? Like, I don't know. I don't enjoy flying. Planes are just flying metal coffins. I don't understand aerodynamics. I have no desire to fly. And if I am going to fly, it better be somewhere I need to go, you know? Most of it spent at airports. Some of it was spent in a taxi going from Russia. Hold on. Can't handle a 2-hour flight. Throw me a car for 13. I mean, you do you, Lev. I think, and I might be wrong about this, but a international, like a truly international flight is probably less bad because it's bigger planes, right? So you're gonna feel a lot less turbulence too. Don't travel at the best of times, so the less time I travel. So Kai is what I'm hearing is you will not be attending in-person JamesCon, and then I gotta mail your goodie bag to New Zealand.
Evening, Senora. It's good to see you.
I am pleased to see you as well. You have been on my mind of late.
Can do.
Oh, why's that?
I wished to apologize for my behavior during our last session.
When she tried to seduce me? Oh, definitely. The city hoppers feel like toys, right? And like, my flights are only like half-hour, 45-minute flights, right? And that's likely why I don't enjoy them, because you feel every damn thing, right?
I let my monstrous side come out, and I addressed you in ways most unseemly. You have been kind to me and did not deserve this treatment.
I would say that the planes that they use to fly us for the flights I take are probably like maybe 60 people. I will also not be in person. Well, maybe we'll have 2 events, you know, and we'll have one down in Australia or something. I don't know. I don't make the rules, except I do, and I don't know anything about them. I'm just kind of winging it, guys. Um, 4 hours of our wait in Syracuse to take off was them trying to get emergency output of out. I can't travel anywhere. The following 2 hours were because they couldn't move the jetway. Jesus, Rain, that sucks. So Liquid, what if we have JamesCon on your front lawn? Is that acceptable? I'll set up booths. We'll have merch. There'll be a live band. You know, we'll have panels. We'll have some guest speakers. I'm just gonna need lunch prepared for like 80 people. I can try to do a 2-hour flight again, but I get anxious. My neighbors may not like that, but you're on board, right? And it's your property. Last time I was supposed to fly, I kept having panic attacks. So what about flying makes you anxious, Lev?
Oh, Oh, think nothing of it, Senora. Therapy's kind of the place for them big emotions to come out, ain't it? I didn't take it personally.
Oh, but you should, Sam. I called you some terrible names. I disrespected you. You should be quite angry with me.
Yes, but so the only people that really get a vote is you and your landlord, not your neighbors. Unless your neighbor is your landlord, then you know, then they get a vote. It's a control thing and a bit of the height. All right, so the neighbor. I mean, they can, but you know, if we want to get into this, noise complaint laws, New Zealand. I can only assume that they are similar to Canada's. Local councils. The emission of excessive or unreasonable noise from any land. Any noise injurious to health. Loudness. Volume is a key factor. Time of day. Excessive noise include music, construction, motor vehicles, barking dogs, factory and or industrial noises. Am I inconveniencing people or disturbing the peace? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that no one's going to be able to call the police here. James is about to get arrested for restoring convention on someone's lawn. Not just noise, also occupancy limit. I mean, possibly. But, as a non-New Zealand citizen, the worst that we're looking at is some kind of fine. You know, I'm not going to serve prison time here. And I'm on board. But also, like, the laws are similar enough to Canadian laws that I think that we're going to be safe as long as we keep it reasonable. You know, like... should.
With all due respect, Senora, I ain't gonna be upset with you just because you say I should be upset.
Well, but Liquid, it's JamesCon, not an orgy. It'll be fine. There's nothing to talk about. Or there's plenty to talk about, and everyone is gonna come follow me on Twitch. Those are your options at that point, right?
Maybe that's your perspective, but it ain't mine, and I won't be bound by it.
Okay, are squirrels allowed to try? Well, now I'm Googling if New Zealand has squirrels. Does New Zealand have squirrels? Squirrels are not native to New Zealand and are currently prohibited and a prohibited organism, meaning they cannot be imported or released into the environment. Well, shoot. Bad news, guys. I'm not allowed to come to New Zealand. No, we all need to end up on Kai's lawn. Kai has a big city, no squirrels. Well, I will not be coming to New Zealand. I'm prohibited from coming. So sorry, guys.
All truth. I'm glad you let yourself get properly worked up.
Yes, that is exactly the problem. I allowed it. I allowed myself to insult a man who was being kind and patient with me. I lost control. I should not be so careless.
I don't expect you to always be in control, Senora. Like we've been saying since you walked in, you gotta have some compassion for yourself when you do lose that control. No one's saying you should always be in control. I think you're a superhuman, Senora, but you ain't superhuman.
You are, of course, correct. I fear I shall always have this tendency. But I am becoming more aware of it, thanks to your guidance.
That's the absolute best we can expect of ourselves. We ain't never gonna be perfect. Being self-aware is the closest we're gonna get.
My knuckles hurt.
I ain't surprised at all you're making a ton of progress, Senora. You're a lady who likes to do things properly.
I'm glad you have food. What's for dinner?
But let us say, not perfectly.
Exactly, you're getting it. I ain't worried about you, Senora. How have the last few weeks gone? Have you done any more art?
Chicken and veggies, that's not
A
bad.
little. It can be a little frustrating for me to paint when I am so unpracticed. I think I have always been better at recognizing and cultivating talent in others. The problem has always been that my artist cannot stand dealing with me. Poor Leonardo used to tremble whenever I said his name. I would like to try being a more patient benefactor.
I should pull my tarot card for my journaling today, since we have a therapy game with the theme with the game. Yes, you should absolutely be doing your self-care, guys. It be it journaling, getting some rest, reading a book, you know, having a little schnickety snack. You know, like, I appreciate that you guys come spend, you know, a couple minutes with me, but like, if you have things that you need to do, don't feel obligated to be here ever, you know? Like, do your things, do your self-care. Say hi to me if you feel up to it. If you don't feel up to it, you know, you can just come lurk and use me as a podcast. I'm not offended. You know, I often use people as a podcast. I can do both. You sure could. I don't know if you're asking us which deck, but I am going to say I don't know what decks you have. So I am of zero help in this scenario.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Senora. Maybe the next great masters are out there waiting to be discovered.
Yes, that is my thinking. There will always be rise of the spacewalkers. But I can complain about the state of art today, or I can do something about it.
See, now that's a great direction for your frustration. Don't let them folks be the only ones making art.
That is my thinking exactly. I'm starting a foundation for the arts, specifically for talented, living women.
Not for the undead?
I aim to spend about €1 billion each year. I believe that should be enough to create art worthy of attention.
I'm sorry, hold up a second. €1 billion. 1 billion euros to USD. Okay, so that's only like $1.1 million. So in Canadian, to give me a bit more perspective. $1.6 billion. $1.6 billion. I have a copy of the Ludi Lescott Tarot that I never use. It's vampire deck. But it's somewhere in the bedroom and husband is asleep. So I'll pick the next most occult deck I have. There you go. You know, I'm kind of interested in tarot, right? I'm interested in a lot of things. Because it's always nice to learn new things and have new perspectives, right?
$1 billion a year? Where'd you get that kind of money?
I mean, she's been doing the arts for like 1,000 years.
My children's children intermingled with the Habsburgs and Medicis. My dynasty is full of blood-sucking investment bankers I can exploit.
Oh, you mean they're vampires?
I'm pretty sure if you wanted a copy. I mean, I think that's the thing with some of these things, though. If you have a personal connection to it, you want to hang on to it, though, right? Like, you know, just because you can get money for something doesn't mean that you should get money for something, you know? Because sometimes, even though something has a great monetary value, it also has that that sentimental value or whatever, right? Or emotional value, or what have you, you know?
No, they're just mortal leeches. But they will do what they are told.
I don't. The valuable one I have personal connection to is Legend, the Arthurian. I love the Arthurian legend. I don't even know how to respond to that, Dragon. I'm not 100% sure where you're going with that, bud. That is true. The one I was looking at was actually a Fallout themed one. You know, Fallout shelters for you know the game. War Never Changes and all that. They just reprinted my most valuable deck, so that one's resale value is lower than it was. That's unfortunate. I mean, anything can have sentimental value, so you're not you're not explicitly wrong, Dragon. You almost bought that one too, Cat Dad? Yeah, the Fallout one was pretty cool. I put it on my Secret Santa wish list every year. But that being said, I could also just buy it. Like, I'm sure they do.
What about them artists you're funding? Are they gonna do what they're told?
I shall not hobble them as I hobbled the great masters. I will let them share their own dreams.
Raid says there absolutely is. I mean, we can just go on the Google rabbit hole and look at tarot decks for a bit. The one from Destiny might still be available. All right. Squirrel. Tarot. Squirrel tarot deck. Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. 78 cards. It's got a bunny, a lion, a skunk, an eagle. You have one that's just crows. I mean, this is as good a time as any to take a break and look at this stuff anyway. Because you guys are in ad jail. But like, a tarot deck isn't even that expensive. It's $30. Like, I could absolutely buy one just to like have and get a guidebook and learn, you know? Like, there's no real downside to doing such a thing. Because if you can go out there and learn things, you know, you have no reason not to learn things. You know, broaden your horizons and all that. Kai is back with a snack. The original Rider Waite images are in the public domain. You could print your own if you wanted. Oh, they're in public domain? My favorite is Artist Decoded Harrow. The art is gorgeous. Okay, that's good to know that they're in public domain. Let me write that down for my notes. Today's deck is the Tarot of Witch's Garden. And today's card is the Four Cups, which has fairies on it. Huh.
But they must be dreams. I will not fund a rise in Spellbreaker.
Seems like you got a good game plan, Senora. This sounds like a real touchdown.
What on earth are you talking about?
He doesn't understand American football.
Oh, never mind. Just saying, seems like you're on a good path, Senora. Maybe this is a good time to tell you I've got some news too.
Hey, Rack. How you doing today? How was the rest of your stream? I came in, said hi, and my work internet immediately decided that it did not want to cooperate with Twitch. But I'm glad I got to come in and say hi.
I'm going back home soon. To America.
Yeah, like a lot of people have been playing it. And it definitely looks interesting. I don't know if I should pick it up though, you know? I have a lot of games.
Why would you ever want to go back there? Are you trying to get away from me?
Yes.
No, it ain't nothing like that. I've got my own reasons. Stuff at home that's waiting for me.
I know I can be a little intimidating sometimes.
It doesn't have anything to do with you, Senora. It doesn't mean we have to stop doing our sessions. We'll just have to use some of them internet video chat things.
FaceTime!
But I do not know how to use such things. Can't you stay here?
No can do, Senora. Besides, you gotta admit, I don't exactly fit in here in Europe.
I mean, Sam, you do know that you could just change your clothes, right? You know, like, they're not glued to you.
Perhaps we need more men like you.
I don't like the way she's looking at me. I need an adult.
Well, trust me, Senora. I ain't that special. I got my problems just like anyone.
The popes of my time would have hated you, dear Sam. They would feel naked before you. I suppose if you must go, then you must go. Will you at least teach me how to do a video call before you leave?
I mean, that's valid. If we're doing in-person sessions and I'm like, we're gonna do video calls, I guess I could teach her how to do it. Look, whether the glue to him depends on how long he's... I suppose. But also, like, if they've been on him that long, they're probably dirty. And we see no wear or tear or dirt here, which would lead me to believe that, like, you know, he does wash his clothes or pack multiple pairs of the same clothes.
We can take a little time now if you're willing.
I would like that. Very much.
That is actually a white shirt. My mistake, Rain. So do I gotta teach her, like, you know, the pottery scene in, you know, Patrick Swayze and the pottery scene and, you know, what movie is that? I haven't seen the movie. Oh. There you go. Kai knew exactly what I was talking about. Oh, so just to be clear, everyone has seen this movie except for James, right? Yeah, okay, so everyone's seen this movie. I'm the villain. Not even the villain, but, like, you know, I'm the problem in this scenario. Yeah, like I know the scene, right? I've just never seen the movie. Okay, so it's, yeah, that's where I know it from too, Kai. But, like, I've seen it in other references too, right? I've just never seen the entire movie. You know, but I've also, you know, don't put baby in the corner. I've never seen, I actually know, I used to actually know the name of this one. One of my mom's favorite movies. It's a very romantic movie. I don't blame you for not seeing it. The movie was meh, but it's a chick flick and I saw it too, so maybe it's fine. Dirty Dancing. Yeah. Well, I've never seen Dirty Dancing, but I know no one puts baby in the corner, right? So, you know, like, it's one of those things where, like, there's those scenes from movies that are so iconic that you know them. And you know the name of the movie, right? But it's like, I've never seen this, and you just kind of back your mind, right? I've never seen Point Break. Okay, here. You know, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna regret it. But no, I'm not gonna host, like, Discord movie night or anything, because A, time zones. You know, Rain's over in Europe, Kai and Liquid are over in Oceania. It's hard for us all to get together to watch an entire movie. But do we do we want to start a thread in the Discord where each of you recommends a movie for me to watch, and then I get back to you on my thoughts on it? I can't guarantee the time frame for watching all these movies, but I mean, Rain's got insomnia, so she keeps weird hours for Europe. It's 5:30 there, question mark, maybe 6:30. Also, daylight savings time is really messing with my conception of time, because you guys do it at the end of March and we've already done it. It's 4:30, so you're currently only 7 hours ahead of me. But like, we could start a thread and you guys could all recommend a movie for me to watch. Enjoy your lurkies, Val. Please make the blood of my enemies for me. Okay, but for real, if you guys don't know Val, Val does all sorts of cool stuff. Val does coffee talk and chatting, Helldivers, Core Keeper. No, not Core Keeper. Dome Keeper. That mining one that I did where we had the little turret up top, where we picked up the things. Dome Keeper, right? Not gonna open my Steam library. And Greedfall recently. There you go. Yeah, Dome Keeper. Like, Val does. Val probably plays just a wide variety of stuff that as I do. But you know, yeah, absolutely go check out Val. Val is a good time, and Val will tell you stories and has a really relaxing voice and could probably just run a podcast.
Come on, Senora. I'll show you how it's done.
Okay, you know what? I am actually gonna do it. General things, create channel.
How are you feeling this evening?
Recommended media. That's not how you spell recommended. Recommended? Question mark? You need to be a verified user to see this. Channel topic. Recommend, and I spelled recommend wrong. Jesus. Recommend books and movies for James to watch. Just recommend books and movies. There you go. There's a channel. You guys can tell me what movies I need to watch. Time's an illusion to the disabled moth. Only energy matters. Lamp.
Oh, all right. A little nervous, I suppose.
About Edmund?
Yeah, he didn't seem to be doing too well last time. Feel for the guy.
You had empathy and compassion for him when not many would. If you continue this approach, I am certain that all will turn out for the best.
Kai, is this the end of the game?
I ain't so sure, I gotta admit. Maybe Eddie would have been happier living the lie.
Like, I know there's the 3 bonus chapters on the title screen. And then there's the DLC. What is lamp, if not an expression of energy? True. Lamp is light and heat, and sound sometimes.
In the short term, I believe you are correct. Inertia is always the easiest option. But inertia can also lead to a certain decay of spirit. Edmund, as you so astutely pointed out, has time to grow as a human.
And are the bonus chapters after the same structure, or are they just new clients? Like, how should I be doing the timing for these streams with the bonus chapters? Because what I have been doing is just a week per stream, right?
He will find his joys once more.
I sure hope you're right, Andy. I don't think I'm gonna see the same Edmund tonight, though.
Fish. No.
It sounds as
I heard something.
Work ahead tonight. I wish you the best of luck.
I don't know.
Choose your
Something on my computer is making noises. Blaming should control disqualifying the positive. Oh, you've only done the DLC? Huh.
Locked and loaded, boss.
We'll look into it.
Do you plan to engage in therapy with Edmund or fill him with holes?
I was planning on therapy.
Then try not to refer to cognitive distortions as ballistic weaponry, my friend.
Sorry about that. Thanks, Andy.
As far as I know, all of it is after the main. Yeah, like I tried to load them up, and it says make sure you finish the main game first. So, if nothing else, they all take place in America. You know?
I'm teasing you, Samuel. Do have a good session.
But maybe we'll load up the first one, and we'll see what the timing is. Because I don't work tomorrow. So, like, if we run a little later than we normally do, I think that'll be okay, you know?
Howdy, Eddie. It's good to see you.
Is it? Can it be good to see me if you do not know who I am?
Eddie, whoever it is that's sitting in front of me, it's good to see him.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
You're not feeling too good, are you?
Not very. I've spent much of the last weeks in bed, in silence, pondering the only question that matters.
And what question is that, Eddie?
To be or not to be? I've said the lines so often, but I never understood them. They were just pretty sounds I used to make the people cheer. I said them with conviction, with emotion, or simulacra of such, and so full of sound and fury, yet in the end, signifying nothing. Now I know that the answer is not so simple. To be, indeed, or not to be.
Well, maybe you can walk me through it, Eddie. I never was much of a theater guy.
Of course. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. This part is simple enough. Do we accept our troubles as they are, or do we take the effort to address them? The bard continues with some more pretty speech, and then that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. I have borne those ills of my own making. My undiscovered country is the true Edmund Keen. Who is he? To be or not to be, indeed. I feared that undiscovered country with all my still heart, and now I have arrived there, not to be. Where is the place upon this cursed orb that was made for Edmund Keen?
I fear that undiscovered country with my still heart, and now I arrive there, not to be. Was there a place upon this cursed orb that was made for Edmund Keen?
He has played a role all his life, but is Edmund Keen truly nothing without that role?
So yeah, so Edmund Keen has value without being this role. So how is this not disqualifying the positive?
That undiscovered country with all my still heart. He has played a role all I have feared.
That sounds really heavy, Eddie. But I want to help you with a little perspective. This idea that there's a place made for you ain't true. You gotta make that place. There ain't no cast list with roles to be filled. You gotta make your own role.
Perhaps I have taken all the world's a stage a bit far.
Well, maybe a little. You're a clever fella, Eddie, and you're still a human being. You're just dealing with a lot right now. Give yourself some compassion. It ain't easy starting over after 200 some years, I'm proud of you for soldiering on, hombre.
I do not understand why. What does the world need of me? All I have ever done is play the clown upon the stage. I am as unnecessary a man as ever there was one.
Okay, I do not understand why. What does the world need of me? All I ever done was play the clown upon the stage.
Eddie,
There we go.
Find the positive about your time on the stage. You changed things up. You came in like a wild stallion and said, I ain't gonna do things your way. There's another word for change, compadre, and that's growth. Don't deny yourself that victory. And now you're changing. And that already puts you ahead of most folk.
Housecat says meow. Well, could you pass on a message out to Housecat?
You could keep playing that character of yours for another 200 years, but you decided, no, I ain't gonna do that. You're a rebel, man.
You are kind. And I suppose it is true that facing the slings and arrows of righteous fortune is a virtue in itself. But the future is now all undiscovered country, and it will be a hard land to navigate for a swaddling babe such as I.
Okay,
I can scarcely crawl, but at least I have you to help me.
what if you just said something rude about Housecat's mother? Rain, I speak like 18 dialects of cat, so I think we're gonna be okay here. What I did tell Housecat is that it deserves a treat, and pets, and to be cuddled and adored.
About that, Eddie.
Oh dear.
I'm heading back to America, Eddie. I've got growing and changing to do myself, but we can still do our sessions over video call.
She getting cuddled right now. You should Housecat servants that. Mr. James is a cat lawyer. I think he's fine with cat speak. That is true, Rain. We have had cat court before on Twitch, and we did technically win. Quote unquote win. That we didn't violate cat labor laws. I also offered myself as a cat lawyer again this morning because I'm just gonna go with this bit that I'm a cat lawyer. But yeah, a cat may or may not have been strangled on stream this morning. Technically winning is the best kind of winning. I mean, being technically correct is the best kind of correct. Something, something, James, Ace Attorney, something, something. Objection!
No, you cannot leave, you must not. I will be all alone. The mortals wait for me to stumble, and when I do, they will fill my mouth with garlic and cut off my head.
They will fill my mouth with garlic and cut off my head. Control fallacy, you don't control me?
In Edmund's panic, he sees only doom. Oh, no.
Nope.
In Edmund's...
Eddie, come on. You're going from thinking the world's waiting for you to get on stage to waiting to destroy you.
Is there any lawyer games? Does anyone know what lawyer game I can play on stream? I would be so bad.
But the good news is, just like they ain't waiting for your triumphant
Steam?
return, they ain't waiting to
Can I get Ace Attorney on Steam? Welcome in, Raiders. Yeah, can I get Ace Attorney on Steam? Welcome in, Raiders. If anyone needs to raid and run, we played Animal Crossing today. If anyone needs to raid and run, eat, sleep, drink, pet your cat, abuse your villagers, catch some butterflies, go fishing, tell Tom Nook that he's a criminal for taking all the town's money, or any of your self-care, please do so. If not, we are playing Vampire Therapist today. We're almost done the game. We will check out some of the bonus content because there is 3 more scenarios after we beat the main game. But welcome in, everybody. Zanny Phantom, Ark, Opal, Skoldart. Welcome in, friends. Yeah, is Ace Attorney on Steam? It's on sale right now, I think. I think they're a franchise sale right. Oh, also, guys, I am very distracted in looking up games today. We also looked at tarot cards earlier, actually. Ace Attorney Collection, Trilogy, Apollo Justice. Okay, so there's a lot of Ace Attorney games available. Ace Attorney's on Steam, the Trilogy Collection. Yeah, there's a lot here. I'm not opposed to playing Ace Attorney on stream. There is no voice commands. I can't just scream objection though. That is the only downside, guys. Hey Sky, welcome in. Chair lifts. All right. Shabam. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta blow my nose. Okay, I returned. I use Stream Track, keep track of sales. That's a good use of using Steam. Guys, paid two A-coins this year. You can still stream it. I mean, I can stream whatever I want, but I have neighbors, Rec. I can't just be yelling stuff just for fun. Chairlift is hard, your nostril. I mean, that's how it be, Rain. We could absolutely play some Ace Attorney on stream. I mean, we've got my heart rate up to 160 and it was getting water in the kitchen. The bar for spike my heart rate is low, apparently. Same. Oh, do you have a smartwatch? See, I don't have a smartwatch. I wear traditional watches, so. But guys, if y'all ain't following Opal plays Animal Crossing, Zelda, a lot of Repo lately. You know, likes One Piece. We got cute chopper emotes over there. Hello, comp. How we doing today?
You'll be fine, Eddie. Nobody's chasing you down.
Oh, my dear man, you must not go. You cannot do this to me. You cannot turn me into a shell of a vampire and then abandon me.
I debated bringing my vibration plate in here to my bedroom, having redeemed to be on it. What is a vibration plate? Please explain to me, oh boy. I do not understand what. Particularly drowsy this morning. How about you? I'm doing. The time change has worked a number on me. I'll be honest about that. But I should be fine in a couple of days. I don't do time change well, which is another reason I don't like traveling. You know, jet lag always hits me hard. But you know, I should be sorted by the weekend. We love covering and post jet lag. A vibration plate is an exercise device that produces high frequency vibrations, stands or sits on it. These vibrations stimulate muscle contractions throughout the body. So huh. It's great for circulation as well. That could be neat. Like a TENS machine. Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's good for your, you know, your battered spine and whatever, right?
Now come on, Eddie. You're not powerless without me.
It's like getting on a scale, but vibrates like crazy. They're good for if you have a bad circulation when you're standing. It's good. I completed my first installation, so we have food. I'm working on the security installation. No, I'm working on relay, then security, and then I'm going to build my refinery. I don't have an extractor, but I'm going to build that refinery first, I think.
We're about the same age. We've survived a few generations. Don't go acting helpless now.
But it's coming along.
I know. I'm sorry.
I have a vision at the very least.
Just don't leave me, please. I could come with you. I could go to America. Yes, a fresh start. I know America. I performed in Canada and in New York City.
I like how it's Canada and then New York City. You know, Canada, not a big place at all.
Well, Eddie, I ain't much of a city slicker. I'm headed west.
I could move in with you. We could be roommates.
And they were roommates. I like how... Y'all, this is how I make polls normally. No, and also no, and yay democracy. That sounds like somewhat we do in the shadows. I mean, that means Toronto if you don't specify a city in Canada, right? I mean, basically.
Eddie, no, that ain't gonna happen. Look, I think there's something to what you're saying about that fresh start. But my role in your own life is as your therapist. We gotta stick to them boundaries.
We love boundaries. We love setting boundaries with people and enforcing them. You know? And like... I'm just gonna... Real quick. I think that's something that a lot of people need in their lives is being better at setting and enforcing boundaries with yourself, your friends, your loved ones, because it's easy to compromise your own wishes to try and accommodate everyone. And some of us love smashing through it with Wild Abandon. Also correct. But like... a boundary that I have to set a lot of times with my workplaces is that, like, unless it's a real emergency, don't contact me unless it's an hour before or after my shift. You know, like, if I'm on my way home, on my way in, or I have just left, sure, why not? You know, if it's a pressing need that you actually want an answer to, right? Anything else should be a text message, and I'll get to you when I get to you. You know? And that comes from just how much I suffered when I was working in the service industry, working like 80 hours a week. Anytime someone phoned or needed something, I would just show up and do it for them. I wouldn't even teach them how to do it, because a lot of people didn't have the interest to learn. They were students. It wasn't something that they needed to do because they weren't going to advance their careers. But like, just being in the building so much and making myself so available was draining at best, right? So, you know, after a while, there was that boundary. Like, if it's my day off, like, it is not my problem unless the building is truly on fire. And the building was never truly on fire, so not my problem. But also, I wasn't their manager. So, well, at one of the jobs I was, but like at Starbucks, I was absolutely not their manager. So, you know, it's one of those things where like when my manager went on stress leave and my assistant manager broke her back, our interim manager didn't really know our store, and they were running their own store. So like it was a difficult spot at best. But I wish I had better boundaries with my coworkers, especially because I was supposed to only work 4 days a week and I ended up working 6. But also that's boundaries with the company and myself, right? Like if I'm going to accommodate and constantly do these things for everyone, that's me not enforcing my boundaries that I have set. I think the only boundary I've had to enforce lately is my family having opinions about what is and is not safe for me to risk eating with my celiac disease. Both my mom and aunt said they were concerned about how much time I spent thinking about food. Like, I don't have an ED. I have a disease that means I have to read every food label for the rest of my life. This is an update on the HODAS field. I've built a bracket out of chrome, nickel, steel, stainless steel at work. That is at the same time a cable strain relief and a ramp protection so I don't end up breaking. You know. Oh, because if you have a frame, you can protect the USB input into the board, and if you got a frame, you can just tie or run the cable through the frame itself. Yeah, that makes sense. I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to do. Especially with the fact that you are a welder, right? Like, that is absolutely within the wheelhouse of something you could design and make yourself. You know, I have zero background in such a thing, so I would not be able to do such a thing. I would be exceptionally bad at such a thing. Yeah, just throw it in with all the other computer stuff that we've been posting. Because, like, it is related to your computer build, right? So that's where I would put that. That sucks, Rain. Like, it's your body and your health, and you have every right to protect your health any way you so choose. Yeah, no rush. I generally forget to check Discord after stream anyways, comp. Because after stream, I want to go, like, read my book or whatever. But, you know, like, back to my thought on food. You're the only person that knows what is best for your body. You know, everyone else is just an opinion. Like, even your doctor has, like, a medical understanding of the scientific process here, but he or she or they do not know how your body responds to every individual thing that happens, right? So I do understand how that could be frustrating. And that is a strong boundary that you do and should enforce, is because if you eat the wrong thing, it will have a negative effect on your health. I wish I could be like, okay, well, eat at any restaurant you want, but you have to stand in the bathroom with me for 24 hours after. I mean, that's the struggle, though, right? Like, you know, if you eat the wrong thing or there's cross-contamination, you could be very unwell. And, you know, I think I'm safe to say that none of us want that for your reign. I would say that we all like you and want you to be happy and healthy. So please do enforce that boundary and take care of yourself.
Now, I'm happy to meet with you as your therapist, but you gotta be content with that, all right?
Yes. Of course. Yes, well then, that's settled. I'm going to America.
Why?
I shall go home and pack my things immediately.
Okay, but we're not roommates, right?
Now take your time, Eddie. I need a little more time to wrap up here. I'll let you know what my schedule looks like over Vmail.
I'm safe here. Nuts are gluten-free. There you go. Milk chocolate, cocoa butter, milk ingredients, unsweetened chocolate, soy. I think peanut butter cups are gluten-free. high in saturated fat and sugar, but I think they're gluten-free. Just not the ones. Yeah, I've just got the regular ones here. All right, well, Rain, if you need a peanut butter cup, I gotcha.
Now, you gonna be okay?
Yes. The idea of a new start is rather exciting.
Hey, Mountie, how we doing today? There's another person that deserves a shout out. Go check out Mountie. Mountie has the Elliot Moose blurb on their channel, which I absolutely love. But Mountie, I think the only thing I've ever caught Mountie playing is Stellaris. I'll be honest with that one. I don't know a lot about Mountie's channel, but if you want to go see Stellaris and see intergalactic politics, I do love that. Also, yes, because every day I show up, I do my check-in, and then I go, why is this so loud? And that went on for a little while. But, you know, we have fixed it now, because we are clever. We have learned today that Lay's barbecue potato chips are gluten-free if they're from Romania/Moldova, but not if they're from Poland. Both were on the shelf at the car. But like that's an important part of, you know, your health, right? Like, you know, like if I pick up, well, I can definitely tell you that all the Oreos have gluten in them. You know, if I pick up this container of peanuts that I have here, right? You know, and I go look at, you know, peanuts, seasoning. Seasoning would be sugar, honey, corn maltodextrin, modified potato starch, modified cornstarch, dextrose, sunflower lecithin. Sugars, sugar, glucose, fructose, corn maltodextrin, canola oil, salt, xanthan gum. May contain tree nuts. You know, like, there's a lot of things going on in peanuts, such as they are. I'm gonna have to go to bed. Let me tuck you into bed, Rick. Those come from Marina, don't know. Yeah, I was craving soup the other week, and I had to check a bunch of able to find one to eat because gluten and dairy free is fun. That sucks, Kai. But you know, like, at the end of the day, you know, it's your health, and no one gets to dictate what you can and shouldn't do. You know, I luckily, my food allergy is faba beans, which are in functionally nothing. You would have to go out of your way to have it in things. So, well, the general things that I would, you know, pick up at the store, right? So it's not something I ever have to think too much about. But I have met lots of people that have this, that, or whatever dietary concern. If I may, I would advise you all not to eat potatoes of any kind in any form. I was excited to learn one of the grocery stores here has gluten-free imitation crab sticks and fresh soups. Imitation crab has gluten? Huh. Didn't know. But you know, as a compromise to the fact that I don't have any dietary concerns, whenever I ask someone if they want to go for lunch or whatever, I let them pick where we're going. Because they know what has food that's safe for them. Depends on how it's made, maybe. I can't speak as to that, right? But you know, like, if I ever did hang out with you, Rain, or you, Kai, or you, Liquid, or anyone that has a dietary concern, I'm happy to just go wherever you want. Like, you know what you can eat, you know what places have stuff you can eat, you know. Like, I'm not going to throw some restaurant out there where you can't have anything. Wheat is used as a binder and filler in most. I mean, it makes sense. It's just not something I would ever thought of, right?
All right, Eddie. I'll talk to you soon then.
Of course, yes. Oh, my country. My country, 'tis of the sweet land of liberty.
Eddie, we're vampires. We don't have countries. Don't go trading one problematic identity for another.
Yes, yes, of course. Well, goodbye, Sam.
Goodbye, Edmund.
Adios, muchacho.
Well, well, a new companion, is it, Samuel?
I guess.
Oh, it ain't like that, Andy.
I know. I am very pleased with you. You maintained your boundaries well and gave Edmund a lifeline. Well, an unlifeline. You are the future of vampire therapy, my friend.
I'm still not certified or licensed.
Oh, shucks. I'll settle for the present.
Then the present is a fortuitous one. I believe you're owed a drink.
Oh, yeah. After that, I sure as hell need one.
Then go downstairs and enjoy yourself. You shall soon say goodbye to your last client. Enjoy Crimson's best while you can. Rest in peace, dear Samuel.
Crab Classic used to have one version that was gluten-free and the rest weren't. And after letters from customers being like, why can't they all just be gluten-free?
It is, as always...
Crab Classic was like, that's a good question. We'll just make them all gluten-free. I mean, that is a good question, though. Like, I guess. Thanks for paying your taxes, Mountie. I guess my question there, Rain. Enjoy your lurkies, Opal. Have fun burying your gold doubloons. I love a good acorn tax. Yes, Mountie. I have a bunch of Lego sets and stuff down here. So when we hit certain tax thresholds, we're gonna do some fun stuff that's not games. It's not a whole stream building the Legos, but you know, it's a nice little diversion from just playing games all the time. For a lot of stuff, I know why. The texture of the product and the price. Right? Like, I've got the orchid down here on the floor. The orchid used to live where the Star Destroyer is now. So I gotta get a different shelf or another shelf or something here. I could probably fit a second shelf beside it. I would just have to measure. But yeah, that's definitely it. Unless it's a price thing, like, I can't imagine why they couldn't just make it all gluten-free. And if it's a marginal price thing, you know, who cares? I almost got the Lego store exclusive pot of flowers in the US. Was 100. That's a lot. My ear is itchy.
Thanks, Andy.
Which,
you got a nice face too.
You know, a $70 Star Wars ship. There's a lot of Star Wars ones out right now that are pretty good. My store actually has a $40 Acclamator Star Destroyer. It's fairly small. It's like 400 pieces or something. And I keep looking at it. I'm like, do I need this? Packed away smaller than the flowers would have. There you go.
Why, thank you. It has served me well. I suppose tonight's meeting is bittersweet. You are saying goodbye to your last...
Yeah, that's right. Meddy should be showing up anytime.
I would like to give you something then, before she arrives.
Joke. Yes, all the jokes in there are ones that I programmed in, so enjoy the joke command. You'd like to give me something.
Thanks, I guess.
Thanks, I guess. What's this? A piece of wood?
From a barrel.
From a barrel. One that once contained a naked man whose wisdom I was not ready to appreciate.
His
name was
Diogenes.
People
as they passed by.
You know, imagine I was wearing my headphones when they're telling me these names.
He questioned Athenian society, no matter how sacred, and emphasized the return to the beauty of nature. He saw somehow through the constructed reality we have all created and understood the miracle of the individual.
I can't remember what ship he got. I do know it's a mid-sized version because according to the manual, they wanted one that was size you could still pick up and make flying motions with. That's fair, Mountie. It's late. You're East Coast, so it's like 1 a.m. there. Let me tuck you into bed.
You, my friend.
Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Executor. How big is the Executor?
Thus, I give this part of the battle we lived in to you.
90 $90. You were saying $70, so that tracks if you were paying American dollars. 630 pieces. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the big one is like 200. Oh. Yeah, this is one of the $200 ones. It's heavy. This was 1,700 pieces. I absolutely cannot. I can't even lift it one-handed.
Wow. Dang, Will.
That being said, I need to use a washroom. I keep getting distracted during ad breaks, so I'm gonna go use the washroom now. Rain, you're in charge. I return. Uh-oh. Start fire. You can guess he's on... My money is his phone number that was scribbled on a privy wall. Okay, you know what? Greek characters, alphabet, images. No, so it's not Greek characters. Dionysus. Yeah, it's not lowercase Greek characters either. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely look into it and see if I can find a translation. Romanian? I don't know if Dionysus is supposed to be a vampire, I guess would be also a question here. Looks like Romanian just uses a standard alphabet. Latin would be Greek. I'll look into it after stream. Well, that's the thing, Kai. Not every Greek state used the same characters, though. So, like, you know.
It says Diogenes was here.
Oh, well. All right, well, I spent more effort on that than I needed to.
Well, all the same, I love it. Thank you, Andy.
It could have no greater honor. Now then, I will leave you to tend to your client.
Ha! I knew it'd be graffiti. Well, what did I know? Should. Always right. Blaming. Labeling.
Got my ammo at the ready.
We really need to talk about this gun stuff sometime. Whatever this thing is, it is very old.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to it, I'm sure.
Do not worry about it for now. Please take a moment. She comes.
That's.
Hello, littles.
Hello, Medi. Medi, why are you dressed like a druid? People are people, no matter how far we come in shortcoming. Graffiti from Pompeii basically says, so-and-so and so-and-so is here. Correct. Why is Medi now a druid? Is she into role-playing? Is she LARPing?
Oh, hello, Mitty. Interesting clothing you're wearing tonight. Have you been?
All right, Sam has the same questions.
How have I been? Or rather, who have I been?
Sure, how about who have you been?
I've been a halfling druid.
All right, I was correct. Druid. Also, Medi won the poll. We knew that Medi was going to win the poll.
You've lost me.
That's all right, sweet cowboy manling. I've had ever so much fun as a halfling druid. My name is Bulgo Fraggykins, a halfling of Tuckland. When I was a child, I saved a tree from being burned by a group of nasty orcs. The trees gave me magical druidic powers, which I now use to cleanse the land of evildoers.
Huh. Comp out here teaching us stuff. She's a little tall for a halfling. She's a little tall for a halfling, but a little short to be a stormtrooper.
Hold on, is this a thing that actually happened? I know you're real old and things were different back in your time.
What are you talking about, my sweets? It's happening right now. Me and my companions, we're a fellowship on a noble quest.
Your name is Bulgo?
You said your name is Bulgo now, not Mitty?
We in Serbia very much so do. Use the Cyrillic, right? Is a fellowship in the room? It might be.
That's right. My name is Bulgo Fraggykins of House Fraggykins. My family produces the finest pipeweed, Fraggykin Kush, but they're always burning leaves to get high. They don't approve of my becoming a druid, so I have to leave home and live in the woods. That is, until the trees started to disappear.
Okay.
So, I gotta call you Bulgo from now on?
That is my name.
All right, Bulgo.
Well, all right then, Bulgo.
What's this noble
What's
quest?
this noble quest you're talking about?
Well, in the city of Balin's castle, there's a philanthropist mage named Durgan the Munificent who keeps the people happy and content.
Okay.
But my fellowship and I have discovered that he's actually a warlock serving An Calgon the Clean, an ancient dragon who seeks to purify the land of all mortals.
Yes, that would be Cyrillic, and I have no idea how to pronounce any of those characters. Ankogon the Clean, huh?
Durgan is cutting down trees throughout the realm, which upsets me very much as a druid. We're going to defeat him, face An Calgon, and save the land from certain doom.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, Cop, I'm not worried about it. I'm more worried about what's going on in the game with my druid.
Hey, you never told me you were a druid. I know them types were all over Ireland back in your time, right?
A druid is a servant of nature. We protect all things that grow from the forces of evil who aim to corrupt them. In return, nature gives us certain magical powers. I, for instance, can turn into a squirrel and a wolf.
A squirrel? I'm having flashbacks trying to translate the text on a nesting doll I have by copying, pasting, and creating letters in Google Translate. I mean, you most certainly could. The way we're going about it, the alphabet down, that's not great. I don't love that. Apparently, what you have written says exactly like that. Shabam. You know what this is? Growth. Hi, Lion. We're doing good. I'm talking about the game, not the alphabet dying out. We're doing good, Lion. How's your evening been? You happy, healthy, and wise?
Well, dang. Seems like there's a lot about the world I don't know. But then I'm only 200-some years old.
And you're very silly.
That's good.
That too.
So what's going on?
I gotta admit, I have no freaking clue what the hell you're talking about, Medi, or Bulgo. Are you doing all right?
I'm LARPing, silly.
Play some Repo with yeah, I saw that you guys were doing that. I opted to take a nap this afternoon when I got home from work.
I don't know what that is.
Live action role playing. My friends and I get dressed up and we pretend to go on grand adventures.
But she's got friends now, so that's an improvement.
Friends? Who are your friends, Bulgo?
I did what you suggested. I emailed all my friends from the web ring and they were very happy to hear from me. Some of them live in Ireland, so we decided to get together and play games. It's been ever so much fun.
Naps are the most important meal of the day. No, lamp is the most important meal of the day.
They're all mortals, but they love that I'm a real vampire. They share their blood with me as part of our role-playing. It's how I summon up enough magic to turn into a squirrel.
That's incredible. I'm so happy to hear that, Bulgo. You got blood, you got friends, and what about the algorithm?
My friends and I performed a mystic nature ritual to clear my mind.
Okay.
Nature provides what I need, not hyper-intelligent monsters. The algorithm only wants boring things anyway.
I got another bonus at work. Contemplated by a standalone throttle for the hottest. I mean, a throttle is more immersive, right? And you could just mount it to the other side of your chair, like, hottest on one side, throttle on the other, right? I'm miming stuff like you can actually see where my hands are here.
I close my glitch and only sell its accounts. I like my IRL friends better.
And how do you feel?
I feel happy. You're quite right. There are kind mortals. My friends have lots of mortal problems, but I have lots of money, so they don't need to worry about mortal things.
So her friend's got a sugar mama. She's paying for friendship.
That sounds like a pretty decent exchange, Bulgo. Sounds like you're in a pretty good place, huh?
Let me tuck you into bed, Lion. I'm doing good, Lion. I've been really burnt out lately on a lot of things. But you know, like time change and all of that, you know, definitely did a number on me earlier this week. What happens when friends start to age? Money can't fix that. Yes, but Rain, when our friends start to age, we can turn them into vampires. Follow me for more horrible ideas.
Well, almost. I have one problem that plagues me.
Something, web fishing, something.
Well, what is it?
I'll see you soon, Lion. Have a good sleep.
Orcs.
Orcs. They're all awful. They cut down trees for fun, they're always saying dirty words, and they like to kick halflings.
Now, come on. I haven't met any orcs, but I know you haven't met all of them. You don't know their stories.
But that thing is falling apart. Repairing that thing is like trying to mend a wooden ship. Especially with termites. You plug one hole. Yeah. I mean, like, if it's old and it's not great anymore, you should definitely just replace it then, you know? And if it makes you happy, you know, by all means, right?
Maybe they're that way because they were raised in troubled households and they don't know any better. Maybe some of them act that way because that's what you expect. Show a little compassion, the same as you'd show for yourself, and maybe them orcs will surprise you.
Maybe.
But the rulebook says all orcs are evil.
I mean, the rulebook ain't always right.
Since when do you follow a rulebook, Bulgo?
Perhaps you're right, little mouse. I have been a bit harsh on the orcs. I shall be kinder from now on.
I mean, possibly.
You do that. I gotta share some news with you, though. I'm heading back to America. I've got my own orcs to deal with. Of course, we can keep doing our sessions over video chat. The time zones are a little rough, but I can talk just before dawn.
Oh, that's all right, little mouse. I would rather not do a lot of computer things. And I'm feeling much better now.
I mean, it's fine, Comp. It's interesting because thermite is a flammable material that can be used to burn through a lot of things, right? So it's interesting that it was another word more than anything, you know?
Are you sure? I'm happy to talk, and I don't want you to think you're all alone.
I mean, I don't know how that was actually helpful, but, you know.
Little whisker face, don't worry about me. I have what I need now.
You know, just me typing everything into Google Translate at this point.
Well, if you're sure. If you ever need me, just send me a V-mail, okay? That ain't no social network. More of a digital Pony Express.
Perhaps I can tell you about my adventures and how I will exact my bloody revenge on Durgan the Betrayer.
Right? So, like, it's mildly interesting that you just happen to type another word, you know? Or hear me out, guys. We bring Medi over to America to come fight their giant pharmaceutical company. On Serbian, that would be... Oh, okay. So... Google Translate was close.
I'd love to hear all about your adventures, Bogo. I guess this is goodbye then, huh?
Nay, 'tis not a goodbye, but a farewell, sir. And may the light of Malone shine upon your path. Walk with nature.
Well, I hesitate to say any client is ever cured of cognitive distortions, but perhaps Bolgo is.
Are the pharmaceutical companies staffed by orcs? I think that's the only way to get her on board. They're staffed by evil vampires that are basically orcs.
Yeah, I wonder. She's been pretty free of all this human society stuff for a while. Maybe she knows better than any of us.
Perhaps. The Dark Angel Raziel ensnared even her, however, so we should be aware of his influence. Well, that was your last client. I suppose you are now free to leave whenever you like.
Oh, I ain't no rush, Andy. I'm still dealing with the cruise line to get some space for my coffin. I'll be here a little while yet.
Then I shall endeavor to enjoy your company a while longer. Come, Samuel. The nights grow long. Let us enjoy ourselves.
Hey, Crimson, you seen Andy? I wanted to have a chat with him before we leave.
Oh, the therapist is a vampire, of course. Yes, he is our mentor. But we're still not licensed or certified, so maybe we're going to talk to him, you know, taking some kind of exam here.
He slept in tonight. We had a long night yesterday. Had to say our goodbyes, too. Poor guy acts like everything happens for a reason, and he's got to accept it. He was a little quiet. Why don't you check his office?
I'll do that. Thanks, Crimson. Andy, you around? Crimson said you were acting a little strange.
Hey, Dovey. Thanks for paying your taxes.
That guy. Oh, he left the window open. It's freezing in here. I'll go close it. Ain't
Squirrel
nobody
bots.
like this. Where the hell's he hiding when it's almost morning anyway? Wait a minute. Oh shit, there he is. I don't got time to pick my distortions. I'll just have to use the ones I know best. Andy, what the hell are you doing out here? The sun's coming up.
I did not intend for you to find me, Samuel. I had said my goodbyes already.
What are you talking about, Andy? There's no need to be thinking like this. Come on inside and we can talk.
Do not fear for me, dear Samuel. I do not leave out of despair. There is no distortion. This is simply a choice that I have decided to make.
You say that.
Samuel, I have walked this earth for more than 3,000 years. I have watched civilizations rise and fall. I have witnessed horrors and wonders you could not comprehend. I have been hated, and I have been loved. And I have hated and loved.
2 crafts done. I think I have sniffed enough glue for now. Yes, please do not sniff any more glue if you have sniffed enough.
I am a creature of myth, Samuel. A fragment of another age. My time passed long ago.
No, I know this. He's branding himself, and it's making him lose hope.
I am a...
Andy, these things are only true from your own perspective. You're doing some labeling, and you know it. I know you ain't a mythological being. That's a cognitive distortion.
My friend, it is not. This is a world of computers, of technology. But I was here before the name Jesus Christ ever existed. I was here before civilization. It is not labeling to say that I am from another time, and indeed, older than most myths.
Okay.
This distortion does not apply to me.
Well, who cares about that, Andy? I think it's great that you got all this experience. You got perspectives most of us couldn't dream of having.
But Samuel, the perspectives are alien. The humanity I was born into is not the humanity of the modern world.
I'm not sure what E6000 is. I assume it's a type of glue. Now that I'm used to adjusting the thrust, the analog stick, or 6-axis stick underneath the index finger of the left hand, that makes the VKB stuff of the equation and VRB stuff plausible. It's an epoxy. Oh, okay. Let's Strong but smelly glue. Got it.
My value is like that of a history book, and the perspectives I have, while well earned, are of their time. Do not look to me for answers.
Andy, now you're disqualifying the positive. You compare yourself to a history book, but history books don't talk. They don't reason.
Yeah, kind of like super glue, but doesn't dry as fast. Okay.
Of course, my friend. But I do not disqualify the positive, not in the slightest. I merely ask you, and indeed humanity, to look to itself for answers. This is not a cognitive distortion. My dear Samuel, you give me such hope. That is why I must leave this earth to you, and those you will help cultivate and grow. I have had my place in this world for a very long time. I have done much good, and I have committed great evils. These things I accept. But it is time for me to stop having an influence on this world. When you told me that Heinrich Kramer still lived, it proved to me that I have had too much influence. The small choices I make change the fate of the world.
That's not it. Andy's thinking he's got more power than he's actually got. I know it.
When you told me...
Andy, that ain't something you can know. Heinrich...
I'm gluing on Ryan. Oh, okay, I
He's
gotcha.
made his own awful decisions. It's a control fallacy to think you caused what he's done.
Well, the important part is that you're having fun doing it, right?
Not a control fallacy, my dear Samuel. My point was that my decision to support Heinrich Kramer had a lingering effect on this world. Like the wings of a butterfly, my actions have consequences for good and ill that cannot be predicted. But even butterflies die to support the natural order.
Okay.
This is not a control fallacy. Samuel, do not mourn me. All things must pass. It is the way of nature, a way that you know well. It is this way that brought you to my door.
This is the way.
We have talked much in our time about the value of change and growth. Death is change, my friend. Nothing good can come from my having an eternal existence.
Now that's Nosferatu thinking if I ever heard it. Nothing good can come from your having an eternal existence. You're doing plenty of good all the time. Think of the people you've helped. Think about Crimson. Think about me.
Yes, it's a bit more tedious, but these are a gift from Mom, and the glue on the plastic wasn't printed right, so... Huh. Yeah, I don't actually know anything about rhinestones other than what they are, so... You know, if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do.
I did not say that I could do no good, my dear Samuel. I have been honored to be a companion to you, to Crimson, and to so many others. It is the eternal that is incompatible with nature. My thoughts are clear. This is not Nosferatu thinking.
Okay.
I know you look for the best in everyone you meet, Samuel. You see potential where others do not. That is why you seek to rescue me, but I do not need to be rescued. And that is why
Is Diamond painting the same thing?
The future in your hands. I confess, I did not have hope for Edmund Keene. Rarely can such men be aided, but you persevered. I would not hope to help Heinrich Kramer either, but you dare to hope. I should leave and allow this hope to flourish.
Andy, pardon my saying so, but that's a load of horse shit. Where's that should statement coming from, huh? Just because you don't see the same potential I do doesn't mean you should leave. That's Distortion City Population Andy.
Fish.
There
Welcome
are
back,
certain
Viv.
truths, however, Samuel, that are inevitable for the world to keep turning. The sun should shine, whether we like it or not. We should drink blood, whether we like it or not. And all things should die, whether we like it or not.
Fish.
It is not a cognitive distortion to think so. Please, Samuel, do not make this difficult for me when it need not be. Go. Face your blood father. I believe you will succeed in turning Heinrich, and that will bring me peace in death.
I mean, couldn't you just stick around until we're done, Andy?
But, Andy, I don't want you to go.
I know, my dear Samuel, but I must move on, just as you must. I have had my time here. Too much time. Too much blood has been spilled on my account. I have done much to atone for this, but for good or ill, my time must be over. I have a confession, Samuel. Perhaps it will make my decision clearer to you.
Andy is Heinrich Kramer.
I am Heinrich's blood father.
Oh, well.
What?
made him into a vampire. I gave him eternal life. In my hatred for humanity, I empowered him in his dark work. It is my choice that brought the Malleus Maleficarum into existence. My choice that fueled the deaths of so many. The beating of my wings 600 years ago killed your brother, destroyed your family, even caused the death of your princess.
My horsey!
I am so sorry, Samuel, but I hope you can understand why I must go. The world does not need my continued influence. There is no cognitive distortion that clouds my thoughts. Only the clarity of seeing the long arc of history formed by my hand.
I don't know what to say, Andy.
Then say nothing, Samuel. Go back downstairs. Live your own life. I have accepted my influence on this world, but that influence is over now. Crimson is now a vampire. She needs me no longer. You are a greater therapist than I. I am at peace.
All right, and we're going into ads right now. So, we're gonna hold up on this ending for just a second. Viv caught a traffic cone, a peacock bass, a triggerfish, a black-bodied grunt, and a branch. And now has a total of 8,796 gold. But how are we feeling, gang? Do we just want to call it a little early tonight, or do we want to check out one of the bonus chapters? You know, if you guys have stuff to go do, we can start the bonus chapters in 2 weeks, because I will be playing Detroit Once Human tomorrow, or next week, as it is. So, you know, we can either start a new chapter tonight, or we can just call it a bit early. Depending on what everyone's got going on, if they're following along the story. If they're not following along in the story, then, you know, it's kind of a whatever at that point. But, you know, we can do either or neither. File, export, selection only, export. Yes. I'm good with either. Being in chat gives me an excuse to use my new keyboard. There you go. Like, I'm happy to hang out with you guys, right? But like, if people want to follow along with the story and they gotta go, I don't want them to miss it, you know? But that's the main reason I try to do the same things on the same days every week. And if we're going to alternate things, you know, next week is Detroit. So you can watch me be the best android I can be, right? But then people know what streams that they want to see or not see. And that's why I try and keep the Discord updated. I am aware that I wrote the schedule in a completely nothing makes sense manner this week. I realize that it says 8 a.m. today. And the wrong date. I will fix it after stream. But, you know, that's just how we be. Welcome back from ad jail.
If I may offer a last word of advice, my friend, remember your strength. Approach every client with the same mentality you always have, and it will serve you well.
Wait a minute. Approach every client the same way. I know what Andy needs.
We're gonna offer to video counsel Andy from America.
Now, I wish to see the sunrise one last time. There is nothing more you can do for me, Samuel.
That's where you're wrong, Andy. I do have something to offer you, and that's compassion.
Low free life 100 with vector switches and Newfie Crimson Cloud NSA keycap.
I know you've done some awful things, and that must weigh mighty hard on you. I can imagine the pain you feel at seeing someone like Heinrich Kramer running around reminding you of the vampire you used to be.
I appreciate your empathy more than I can say, Samuel. You are right. It is painful. But my decision is about more than pain. I know my presence is unnatural. My world has died so many times over.
I know it has, Andy. I watched my friends and family die out a few times. You've done it 100 times at least. If you didn't feel that, there'd definitely be something wrong with you. I'd say that pain is more natural than anything. But you don't have to feel that pain alone, Andy. You've made this world a better place so you don't have to.
You are kind, dear Samuel. Too kind to an old relic like myself. But I do not wish to see the history I have created. It is darkness that builds upon itself, regardless of what I do.
Andy, I forgive you. A lot of them decisions you made were terrible ones. Now, that Andy was a hateful asshole, but I feel sorry for him. Nobody who feels content and peaceful does things like that. I'm sure he hated himself as much as you hate him now. I know what it's like to look in the mirror and see a murdering sack of shit. But you're a person, Andy. You got needs, joys, regrets, and sorrows. You're deserving of love. And I love you, man.
I like low-profile keyboards because I got little hands. I went with this one because it's compatible with case low-profile switches if I swipe. Oh, there you go.
Damn it, Samuel. Don't you know crying is dangerous to a vampire? It is fluid we cannot stand to lose.
Well, let's go get you something to drink then. Come on, Andy. Let's get back to the darkness.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you.
Yes, Andy, let's return to the dark side. I saved an ancient vampire.
Whew, what a night. Poor Andy. I think he'll be okay, though.
And I can't give her the numpad, so it's a 96%. Welcome back, Sky. Alright. On to our journal. Journal? Journal ain't journaling. There we go. My clients. Okay, so we only have the session 4 notes. No notes from our final goodbye sessions. Nice thoughtful keyboard. Congratulations. How's your evening going, Sky? You happy, healthy, and wise? Huge breakthrough today. Dr. Drain accepted Lord Lourdes and all his needs. I think it's going to be smooth sailing from here on in. Dr. Drain figured out that Lord Lourdes' needs aren't bad or good. Dr. Drain accepted that he's a vampire, and that comes with certain realities. Going forward, I think the important thing is making sure that Lord Lourdes comes out in healthy ways. I don't want to see Dr. Drain digging up his mother or nothing. Oops. Well, turns out I was right that the Signora hadn't let her real anger out yet. Damn near ripped my head off tonight. But she's feeling her feelings. Deidre accepted that she could have loved her son without controlling him. Now blames herself for pushing her husband and son away. Afraid of being forgotten or just remembered as a mean lady. Poor Signora. I think tonight was a good but hard for her. From here on in, we gotta start focusing on what brings her and her alone satisfaction. Oh, we're fishing? That was a rough one. Eddie showed up in his clown suit. Turned out everyone just laughed at him, and that triggered something in him. He admits he's been playing a character his whole life. Eddie's done some horrible stuff to protect his own reality bubble. Believes he hasn't really progressed emotionally since he was 8 years old. Has been afraid of being himself ever since he was a kid, probably from living on the streets. Eddie's got a lot of work to do, but like I told him, he's got time to do it. It's going to be real hard, though. A sunfish for 89 gold. You now have 89 gold. So just a heads up, Sky. I am resetting the scores on the fishing minigame next week. Every time we do a charity stream, I take your score from the fishing minigame. I throw up a random number generator, and your fishing minigame score is your entries into the draw for some of my spare Steam keys. So if you win, I'll give you a choice of 2 Steam keys. If you don't like either of the choices, I'll donate $5 to the next charity. My husband still thinks it's too loud. My last keyboard had clicky switches. I pointed out that he makes the same level of noise as his now. Yeah, but it's me typing. Husband! Mr. Rain! Mr. Rain, I got questions. How's that fair? I should make a chat command for the fishing minigame. Just so I don't have to, you know, recite all those words every time that I need to explain to the people. I think we had a breakthrough today. Seems Medi's overgeneralizations and the algorithm's overgeneralizations were a deadly combination. Medi's assumptions about Mordos being confirmed by the algorithm was not... Medi's assumptions about Mordos being confirmed by the algorithm, not reality. It was letting the algorithm determine what value humanity saw in her. She realized that the algorithm was making her into a boring person. I think Medi gets what the internet's been doing to her. She's going to get in touch with some old friends, and I think that's a great idea. And then the end is there. Okay, we did this one. Holy hell, my head is spinning. This month I've been threatened by monsters, drugged priest blood right from the source, faced an ancient demon, and helped my clients through some tough breakthroughs. It's gotten me pondering about what's next for me. I came here to learn it, and now I feel pretty confident about being able to help my kin. Then again, that could be a control fallacy. Andy's told me so many times that I won't be able to help everyone, so maybe I should just help people that come here wanting to be helped. Because I should talk to Andy about all this. Well, that's it. Crimson and I are all packed up to go back to the United States. We headed out in a few days. I've done a bunch more travel while I wait for my trip. See some countries, more countries than I can count on my hands and feet. But I think I'm ready to head home now. I feel for Andy though. Must be tough losing Crimson, and I suppose me to a lesser extent. He seems to accept it pretty well, though. Guess that's what comes from being 3,000 years old. I wonder whether Bird will miss me. I think I'll miss him somehow. He may not have a lot to say, but he says it with conviction, and I respect that. One thing's for sure, though. I'm coming back here one way or another. Sky caught a Frontosa Chiliad and a tire. Imagine him having to listen to that Cherry Blue clones all the time in an open gaming chassis. My last board is an open board with Cades with low profile blue switches. It was actually quieter than the previous board, which had Cherry MX Browns, because when I switched to clickies, I stopped buttoning on my keys. Oh, bottoming on my keys.
Being human means we're going to keep making mistakes, but we'll have to accept them and forgive ourselves. I'll keep an eye on Andy before we leave, but he seems pretty eager to help me with Heinrich now. That ought to keep him going. He gave me this here coffin as a gift, and I'll definitely think of him whenever I'm resting in it. Now then, I think I'll do a little reading from my favorite book. Something to inspire me for the challenges ahead.
I type heavy, so I'm trying to stab the keyboard with my fingers.
I learned this, at least by my experiment, that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours.
Have a good night, Sky. Thanks for checking in and playing the fishing minigame. Thanks for spending a couple minutes with us and making us part of your day.
In proportion as he simplifies his life, the laws of the universe will appear less complex, and solitude will not be solitude, nor poverty, poverty, nor weakness, weakness. Yeah, you got it, Henry. I'll just keep walking and everything will turn out okay. Now, time to watch Mo yank Larry's hair out. Well, there ain't nothing funnier than some good old slapstick violence. All right, I think I'm nice and relaxed now. Time for some...
This one is my first fully customizable keyboard. Lurking in the hobby for years. There you go. And it's good that we have hobbies that we all enjoy, right?
Tonight's the night. Time to hit the dusty trail back home. You ain't gonna take any sunrise strolls, right, Chief?
I am fine now. It was a momentary lapse of self-awareness. I have much to regret, but much to live for as well. I believe that you can turn Heinrich Kramer, Samuel, and I wish...
You better, sugar.
Oops.
You know I can stay if you need me.
No. I cannot hold you or Samuel back. We all must continue on our paths. On my honor, I will continue as well, as I have for the last 3,000 years. You are already packed, and I would not see you delay.
I guess this is it then. Last time I'll see this bar for a while.
Immernacht shall not be the same without you, but it will be something new.
Oh, if you're looking for a new snack, there's this fellow who's been roaming around. Name of Kieran.
We have met. I should very much like to know him better. But do not worry for me, Samuel. A vampire is always comfortable with a little quiet. Regardless, I have my cats to snuggle. Now then, let us go outside. I shall see you off.
Well, here we are. Guess this is it.
Samuel, my dear, this is not an ending, but a beginning. Do not think that I have nothing left to teach you. We will speak over the internet. I do not release you from therapy.
Reckon I got plenty of work to do still anyway.
We all do. Now, Crimson, come, embrace me.
And we're just stand here and watch? I could get some silent switches for it and solve husband's problem, but then it would ruin my enjoyment of the board, so he can suffer. There you go. Oh, okay, since you are into the keyboard stuff, question, half effect, yay or nay?
I'm gonna miss you, sugar blood.
We will see each other again before long. And when we do, I will give your body pleasures that you cannot conceive of. First, I will lick your...
Andy!
There's the American I know so well. Very well. I bid you both an exciting journey. Now get out of here. Tears are unpleasant to our kind.
Oh, hey, Bert. You wanted to say something.
Are you coming with us, Bert? Are you gonna be our muscle in our fight against the pharmaceutical company?
I think he wants to see us off.
Go on, my friend. Speak your mind. Have fun, mate.
Oh, Bert. You always know what to say.
Technology is interesting, but I don't play shooters, and I'm not sure if there's any compelling uses for it in Stardew Valley or The Sims.
That's it then. In the past months, I've learned more about myself than I did in the last 2 centuries. I got reasons to hope that I can put my skills to use back home, and that I can help anyone who's ready to be helped. For the first time in my life, I got real friends who can't die, and together, we can be better vampires than we ever were alone. I was lost once. I didn't know what I was put on this earth to do. I didn't know why I died. I didn't know who I was. I may be a vampire, but I can reflect now. Now I know who I am.
That's a pretty good ending. That's a good ending to the main story. I like it. Wait. Wait. There's a sequel? There's not just a DLC, there's an actual sequel? There is not yet. The DLC is only $4, so we will do the DLC at some point. All right, Blood of Troy.
Samuel, my dear, thank you for making the time to speak with me.
Actually, change of plans. We're actually going to end now because this is our normal end time anyways. That means we can go make a new friend, we can hang out for a bit, or not, depending on what's going on. But I think that I'm going to look into seeing how long these alternate stories are, and if I need to start a little earlier to get one done, because then each one will be a separate VOD if you guys want to follow along in the story, instead of me doing half of it today and then half of it next week or something. So I think that makes more sense for just compiling the VODs and stuff than doing them. So let us go to the ending screen. Bam. So, oh, I broke that. Well then. Shabam, something like that. So thanks for coming this week, guys. It was fun. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for... Oh, I screwed that up still. Oh, because that's the last week still. We'll be back tomorrow for a variety stream. I have a new game that I want to play with you guys. Doing co-working on Thursday morning, Fallout on Friday, and Final Fantasy VIII on Saturday. I want to thank everyone for coming to hang out today, and making me part of your day. You know, I like hanging out with you guys. I like chatting. I like catching up. And I appreciate that you guys use me as a podcast. I body double when we're co-working. And that you just spend like a couple minutes checking in, you know? So yeah, stick around for your bonus A coins. I will find someone to raid into. Is there anyone else? There is no one else playing Vampire Therapy. It is automatically telling me that there is no one playing the same category. So who we got around? Vanya's playing 2 Point Museum, Monster Hunter Wilds, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy X, Music, Destiny, 7 Days. I don't want to raid into something too wild. RimWorld. RimWorld is an option. Dark and Darker, Forever Skies, Fields of Mystria, Little Guardsman, Sticky Business, Little Nightmares, Final Fantasy VI. Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green. Final Fantasy 16. You know, if I was more prepared to raid out ever in my life, that'd be great. Monster Hunter Wilds, co-working, Power Wash Simulator. Theo is doing art. Yeah, we'll rate Pio. I don't think we've rated Pio ever. Pio does art and music and stuff. Really fun little, calm little chill place for us to go hang out. There is no daily Aggie. She doesn't have a check-in right now. But thanks for hanging out, guys. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow for our new cozy game. Make sure you guys eat, hydrate, get some rest, stretch a little, get your fresh air, and I will see you soon.